What's up? I recently saw something that's making me think a lot about the potential impact of one negative review on your brand. For a long time, whenever we would hire marketers at Sear, they'd be like, oh, we have this negative review on Clutch and it shows up when people Google our brand. What do you think about it? I'm also like, guys, we were founded in 2002. We've had one review in 23 years. I'm okay with it. We were currently going head to head against another agency. And somebody somewhere was like, well, what would ChatGPT say about these two agencies going head to head? And you might think, well, will clients do that? And I'm like, ours will. They are highly likely to use and engage with it. So now I'm making the assumption that my customers are there. And now the question is, well, how am I showing up when they ask questions like that? So Nick Hagler and I got together and he started showing me like all the different sources that were showing up. You also see that Clutch is now showing up. The other thing that we've done is we've done some UX research with some of our clients where we're realizing that many buyers, even in tech B2B, are still doing one-shot prompts, which means they put in a question and whatever the answer is, they do not refine. The other thing to think about is back in the day as a human, when you Googled something, you could see all the results and you can kind of start to use your brain a bit, whereas AI dumbs us down. One, it's also going to look at 50 or 100 different sources, and then it's going to bring back in answers that before humans weren't going to page 3, 4, and 5. That stuff's now creeping in. I said, all right, do these AIs realize when I was founded? And I ran this in multiple models, and they're like, yes, every AI that I ran in predicted accurately that we were founded in 2002. That is, as a human, it's 2025. You would think that you're like, in 23 years, if there is one bad review, that's probably a really good thing. And I'm going to show you how we got it. Here's the dirty underpants. Basically, an alumni who worked at Sear got hired by a company after she left, and she brought us in. Point, one of my leaders was like, you know what? I don't really like the way this person's treating the team. Eventually, we decided to let this client go. I had to call this person and say, I support my manager in firing you as a client to protect my team. They shouldn't have to work and be treated this way. What do you do when somebody fires you? You go somewhere and you try to inflict damage back on that company. So then this person went out and dropped reviews in places that I could care less about. It's one review in 20 years. But now in an AI world, we're starting to see Agency Spotter and Clutch showing up more and more and more. But you could also, as a human, see a pattern. In my 10-year career, blah, 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 we got fired because the owner said we weren't nice. I don't know. My perspective is, we fired you because I thought you were abusive to the people that I work with. And they put out more negative reviews. So what they did is they found every site where they could leave a negative review about our company. And they just peppered all those in. That's fine. That's your perspective. You get to do that. With AI going deeper into the results, it now brings back all this information. When Nick did the analysis, these review sites were saying Sear had multiple reviews that said this. And it was only one review. The first thing I want to remind you of is the last experiment that we ran, we were able to change what ChatGPT said about us in only 36 hours by changing just a few words on our footer. Keep that in mind. The other thing is I'm like, oh my God, is weaponizing review sites now a viable black hat but workable strategy? So if you're competing with an agency and in 36 hours, I can change the words about their agency by putting stuff on the internet that the AI is pretty bad at just believing, will this become part of a strategy where you can kind of tank an agency's reputation with really low quality sites? All right, so of the tests that we're running, for the first time, hate to say it, we're actually asking our clients just to give a legit representation of what it was like working with us. In a world where people are doing single shot prompts and making assumptions about my business and not clicking through to the links, to then find out what's what. Just yesterday, I took the screen grab yesterday. So the day before and yesterday, we have people in our company consistently shouting each other out based on what clients have said. Because we have a high amount of citations that we own, we're like, we should put up a page on our own website that literally just says the things the clients have said about us. So now those are the two tests we're going to be running. We're going to start the process of putting more of our internal shout outs and internal testimonials out in the public. And we've already started the process of asking our clients to say, hey, just give an honest assessment publicly because this is happening. And it could happen to them. And therefore, we need to do the experiment so we're prepared to help them in this LLM and AI world. When tons of people are typing in brands as part of their prompts, we want to make sure that we got their backs, our backs, also that we're sharing this with everyone else. And God, I hope this black hat stuff starts getting fixed in these LLMs, because otherwise trust in them is going to drop a bunch.